Friends, we have arrived at day 6 of 12 days of Christmas, and in today's sewing tutorial, I will be showing you how I make this really quick little zip pouch. This guy is super easy to make. It's a great beginner project if you're just wetting your feet, getting your feet wet. I think that's how the saying goes, but if you're just starting on installing zippers, this is a great little project to check out. This template comes with angled corners, rounded corners, or squared off corners. If you wanted to, you could also enlarge this pouch or even make it smaller depending on what you want it for. But as it stands right now, it is 3.5 inches tall by 5 inches wide. So this is a great pouch to fit coins, business cards, debit cards, credit cards, all of that jazz. A lot of people buy these and throw them in their bags to have a little bit of organization. And kids love these little pouches. That's what I find that kids are most drawn to whenever I'm vending on my table. They love these little zip pouches. So grab your supplies, get the downloadable PDF, and let's get cracking. Next up, we have our zipper pouch. You can see here it is the angled option, and included in the free PDF on my website, I offer a squared option, so no angles. So squared option, a rounded edge, or this angled. Sticking with the way that I do everything, I am going to do the angles, but you will see that I'll cut those out later. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to cut out our zipper box. So on the wrong side of the panel, I'm going to mark that box cut out. And if you don't want to measure it like this, you can use the pattern piece provided in the pattern. But what I like to do is mark the center line here. Now this panel measures, 7-inch wide. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to be sure. So 7 inches from end to end. So I'm going to make a mark at 3.5 inches here, right down the center. And then I want my zipper box to be 1/2 inch wide to create enough space to have my entire zipper set in nicely, and I want that color to show really well. So I do a 1/2 inch zipper. So what I'm going to do is from this center line, I'm going to measure 1/4 inch down one side, then turn it, and then 1/4 inch down the other. So now I have 3 lines. Here's my center line, 1/4 inch that direction, 1/4 inch this direction. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 5/8 and create this little line here to denote where I need to cut or stop cutting when I am cutting out my zipper box. So I'm going to flip and do 5/8 on this side as well. And now I know exactly where I need to cut and start and stop on these short edges. So with my rotary blade, I'm going to cut my long edges here. And then I'm going to take my scissors and cut the short edges. If I try to do this with my rotary blade, I'll end up overcutting, and it's just not, it's not a perfect cut. So I just like to do it with my scissors like so. So that is what it should look like now with our zipper box cut out. Now, if you want to, you can add some glue or a layer of base coat here to help it from not fraying whenever it's being used a lot. So I'm going to do that now. I have some Mod Podge. This is what I've been using recently to seal my edges. So I just get the matte Mod Podge, and then I use my roller, the same one that I use for edge coat, and I just apply it just like it's a layer of edge coat. And then that way I know for sure that when people are using their zipper pouch, it's not going to be peeling with all the little fuzzies that come off of cork. So just wipe all that excess off. There we go. And then now you can either glue or tape in your zipper. I'm just going to use glue because that's what I have right here. Of course, Beacon Fabri-Tac. And I'm just going to do a thin bead all the way around the zipper box opening. You don't want to do too much, because if you do, what'll happen is the glue will seep into the opening and it'll get on your zipper tape. So I'm going to pull my zipper head in toward the center of my tape here. And then I'm going to lay, I always like my zipper pulls to start on the left side. So I'm going to lay that on the left side of my panel here. And now the way that I have it laid out, my brand is going to be on the front of the zipper pouch, like so. Okay, so once that glue sets, what we're going to do is we're going to pop to the machine. We're going to stitch all around our zipper box, and then we will trim the zipper, and then we will fold it and sew around the perimeter. So I will walk you through that over there. Okay, so 1/8 seam allowance. I like to start on top of my zipper tape here, because then it's just extra stitches to lock it in. When you get to your pull, be sure to move it out of the way. And then I'm going to back stitch well over this side. And then back stitch well at the end here. Okay, so since I'm over here, I'm going to stay, but what I'm going to do is I need to trim these tails off. And so I'm just going to pull this panel up and over and trim the zipper tape. There we go. And then this is what it'll look like on the inside of the panel. And now what you need to do is you just need to fold and line up all of your edges and clip it into place. Now I'm just going to eyeball my angled edges here, but if you want the rounded edge, I highly suggest cutting that before doing all of this. So that way, once you get to this, you can just follow the edge how you want it. But so now that it's like this, what I'm going to do is just start, I'm going to stitch at the top right, and I'm going to back stitch well, and then stitch down, and I'm going to create that angle across the bottom, create my angle here, and then come back up this side, back stitch. So this is what it looks like right now. You can see I sewed the angles, but I need to just trim up all my sides and cut those corners off there. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm just trimming it down to make sure that they're nice and even, the edges. But I'm not trimming it super close because I don't want the stitching to fail with a lot of use. So here is the completed zipper pouch. And now this pouch holds quite a bit of stuff in here. You can see it has more than enough room for cards. These are great for coins, you know, all sorts of stuff. But I find that I put stuff in vertically and then slide it so that it fits horizontally, rather than just trying to jam it in like this. It will work like that, but if you have a stack of cards, it's easier to go in at an angle. That is a wrap on day 6. I hope that you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on the zipper pouch. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and then meet me back here tomorrow for day 7.